Barcelona awaits the decision regarding De Jong. The Spanish newspaper Mundo Deportivo reported that the final decision regarding De Jong will be made next Monday. The Spanish newspaper mentioned that De Jong's status will be evaluated after Monday's training to determine whether he will receive medical clearance for the Champions League match against Young Boys, scheduled for Tuesday, or not. De Jong might wait until the La Liga match against Alaves on Sunday, if he does not get medical clearance before facing Young Boys. Hans Flick's press conference before the Barcelona vs Osasuna match in La Liga. Barcelona will face Osasuna at El Sadar Stadium as part of the 8th round of La Liga. Barcelona started the season perfectly, collecting 21 points from 7 wins in the first 7 rounds of the competition. Hans Flick's press conference. Winning streak? In the press conference ahead of the Osasuna match, Flick said, "It's always good to win. We're not focusing on whether this is a record. We've prepared to win there, but I know it's tough. They've earned 10 points from 11 at home, and now they're strong on their home ground. It's a stadium with an amazing atmosphere, and I love that. I think the players love it too." When asked if there would be squad rotation, he said, "Obviously there will be rotations, we have to do that. It's important for experienced players like Raphinha or Lewandowski to be with us. We'll have to see how they are. We are prepared." Iñaki Peña and the goalkeeper position? On Iñaki Peña and strengthening the goalkeeper position, he said, "He's worked with the best goalkeepers. Iñaki has been involved in everything and has always had good communication with the defense. In that sense, I saw it in the last game, and tomorrow he'll take another step forward." He added, "Peña could remain the starting goalkeeper. Why not? He kept a clean sheet, and that's important for confidence. We'll have to wait and see." On his impact as a coach, it's probably better to ask the players. "My team and I are doing our work in a natural way. Our coaching staff is fantastic. We've created an environment where the players can grow and trust us, and that's the reason behind it. It's about creating a good atmosphere and making everyone feel at home." He continued, "Adapting here. It's a matter of quality. We're happy to work with them every day, with passion and mentality. They're doing a great job. It's amazing to be the coach of Barcelona." Real Madrid versus Atletico derby? When asked about the Real Madrid versus Atletico derby, he said, "I'm only focused on Barcelona, not what Real or Atletico are doing. We have to do our job, and that means winning against Osasuna. Whatever happens, we'll accept it. That's the way it is." Flick also praised Jules Koundé, saying, "I asked him to rest, but I've never seen him like this before. After the game, he wants to train, and we told him no, he needs to recover. He's a total professional, always wanting to improve in every training session. It's not normal, but it's amazing." Raphinha and Marc Casado missing training. On Raphinha and Marc Casado missing training, he said, "It's in our hands. We give the players the chance to recover, and it's good not to train sometimes. It allows them to follow treatment better. Tomorrow we'll have activation, and we'll do that for several rounds. Then everyone will know how they should play tomorrow, and they'll be ready by tomorrow evening." Frenkie de Jong? On Frenkie de Jong's return and what he hopes he will contribute, he said, "What I saw in training was fantastic. Gavi is recovering well and is in good form. They're both picking up the pace. As for Frenkie, he's close. He's been training a lot and needs to recover. We'll see. The issue for him is that this week isn't a normal week. We'll see him next week." Announces punishment for Barcelona in the Champions League. Flick responds, "The Union of European Football Associations, UEFA, has announced a sanction against Barcelona due to an incident during their recent Champions League match. Barcelona faced Monaco in the first round of the 2024 to 2025 Champions League season. Barcelona lost 2-1, and UEFA has now imposed a penalty on the Catalan club due to the behavior of its fans. Barcelona fans will be banned from traveling to the team's next Champions League away match against Red Star Belgrade on the 6th of November. UEFA charged Barcelona with racist behavior by its supporters during the opening match against Monaco, citing the display of Nazi symbols at the Louis II Stadium. The club has also been fined €10,000, while an additional sanction, which prohibits the sale of tickets to away fans for one match in UEFA competitions, has been suspended for 12 months pending good behavior. A UEFA statement released on Friday said, "The charges against Barcelona relate to racism and/or other discriminatory conduct, as per Article 14.2 of UEFA's disciplinary regulations." It continued, "The UEFA Control, Ethics and Disciplinary Body has decided to enforce the suspended sanction imposed by UEFA's appeals body in its decision regarding the racist behavior of the club's fans. This means that FC Barcelona is prohibited from selling tickets to its away fans for the next UEFA competition match, as stipulated in Article 26(3) of the UEFA disciplinary regulations." The statement added, "Barcelona has also been fined €10,000 and banned from selling tickets for an additional away match in UEFA competitions due to racist behavior by its fans. The ban on selling tickets for away matches has been suspended for 1 year from the date of the current decision." Elena Fort, Barcelona's vice president, described the behavior as shameful, adding, "It is disgusting and sad that someone who claims to love the club would act this way. There are limits to everything, and this must never happen again." When asked about the punishment, Barcelona coach Hans Flick responded during a press conference on Friday. "I believe Elena Fort gave the right answer. Anything I say would be unnecessary. I don't think there's any need to add more to what Elena has already said." Barcelona's lineup against Osasuna in Round 8 of La Liga. The German coach Hansi Flick, manager of the Spanish team Barcelona, has finalized the squad to face Osasuna in the 8th round of the Spanish La Liga. The match between Barcelona and Osasuna will be held at 10 p.m. and will be broadcast on beIN Sports channels. Expected Barcelona lineup against Osasuna. It is expected that Barcelona will field the following players: goalkeeper, Peña defenders, Koundé, Kobarsi, Íñigo Martínez, Balde midfielders, Eric Garcia, Pedri, Pablo Torre forwards, Lamine Yamal, Raphinha, Robert Lewandowski. Kickoff time for Osasuna versus Barcelona in La Liga tonight. Barcelona is in first place in La Liga with 21 points, having secured a perfect record in the last 7 rounds. Their attackers have scored 23 goals, and they have conceded 5 goals. Osasuna's ranking before facing Barcelona. Osasuna is currently in 7th place in La Liga with 11 points. They have won 3 matches, drawn 2, and lost 2. Their attackers have scored 8 goals, while they have conceded 11. De Jong's return date to play with Barcelona. The coaching staff of Barcelona, led by the German coach Hansi Flick, is looking forward to the return of Dutch midfielder Frenkie de Jong to join Barca again.
Vâng, và trước khi tiếp tục video, thì các quý vị đang xem video thấy hay thì like, comment và đăng ký ủng hộ kênh với nhé. Một lần nữa xin chân thành cảm ơn quý vị rất nhiều.
Raphinha reveals the difference between Xavi and Hans Flick and chooses the best match in Barcelona's history. Barcelona player Raphinha stated that the Catalan team is on the right track this season under the guidance of German coach Hans Flick. Barcelona managed to win all of their La Liga matches last season, leading the league table with 21 points. However, Barcelona suffered their only defeat in the Champions League against Monaco, losing 2-1. Raphinha chooses his role model and the best match in Barcelona's history. In a press interview, Raphinha said, "I think the atmosphere in the team has become clearer. It's natural for things to change when a season starts, and when the coach and staff change, things evolve. We don't say anything good or bad about each other, but it's normal to take a break, spend time with your family, rest, and disconnect from the football environment. When you return, you're more focused on your work." He added, "I think we've returned this season with great focus, and what followed was a reflection of that. We go out onto the pitch to give the coach what he wants from us, and that has helped us a lot at the start of the season." He continued, "Last season, Xavi placed me in defense several times, and honestly, I really enjoyed being closer to the goal. I'm a player who loves to score and assist, so I know that the closer I am to the goal, the more chances I have to either score or provide an assist." Raphinha also said, "I was very happy to be one of the 4 captains, but I've said before that being a captain isn't just about wearing the armband. It's about leading in the dressing room, through your actions and experience. I think I've been able to contribute a bit over the past 2 seasons, and this season I'm also trying to help as much as I can, and I believe it's having an impact." When asked about the best match in Barcelona's history and his role model, Raphinha said, "For me, the comeback, remontada, against Paris is the best match in Barcelona's history. And when I was younger, Ronaldinho was my idol. UEFA." Unexpected comment from Perez on what Barcelona is doing with Flick and Lamine Yamal's performance. In an extensive and controversial comment, Florentino Perez, president of Real Madrid, spoke to the sports media about Barcelona's exceptional start to the season under German coach Hansi Flick. His remarks were a mix of praise and subtle criticism, capturing the attention of Spanish football fans, especially given the historic rivalry between the two clubs. Perez began his remarks by saying, "It's clear that Barcelona have started the season brilliantly. 7 consecutive wins is no ordinary feat, especially in a competitive league like La Liga. We must acknowledge that this reflects hard work and great efforts from Flick and the entire Barcelona system. Flick brought a new vision to the team, and it's obvious that the players have quickly adapted to his tactical style. This start reminds us of the strong beginnings the club had under Martino and Valverde in past years." However, Perez, known for blending praise with criticism, added, "Of course, 7 wins are impressive, but let's not forget that strong starts do not necessarily mean winning titles in the end. We've seen this before. Teams can start strong, but the competition is long, and mental and physical endurance are what ultimately determine the outcome. The real challenge for Flick and his team is not winning 7 or 8 matches, but maintaining this level throughout the entire season." Perez then addressed the significant absences and injuries that have hit Barcelona, commenting, "The amazing thing about all of this is that Barcelona is achieving these impressive results despite suffering 9 injuries in the team, including key players. The team often relies on young players, which shows the depth of the squad and the strength of the Catalan academy. But at the same time, we must admit that these circumstances can be a double-edged sword. Young players may have the enthusiasm and energy, but will they have the consistency and ability to handle the pressure in major games? This is where the real challenge lies for Flick." Perez continued, "Barcelona has a long history of relying on young players and developing them from within the academy. But this time, circumstances have forced the team to rely more heavily on these youngsters due to injuries. There's no denying that some of these players have performed excellently so far, but the decisive stages of the season are yet to begin. When we get to March and April, where the matches are more intense and important, it will be interesting to see how the young team copes with this pressure." Perez then moved on to discuss the young rising star Lamine Yamal, who has become a talking point in football circles. Lamine Yamal is undoubtedly one of the brightest talents to emerge in La Liga this season. His brilliance at such a young age is truly remarkable. At Real Madrid, we keep an eye on all talents, and Lamine has already proven that he has exceptional abilities. Whether in dribbling, speed, or reading the game well, he's a very special player, and it seems Barcelona has found a new gem in him. But Perez cautiously added, "Of course, it's easy to see a young player shine in his early steps with the first team, but the real challenge is maintaining that brilliance over the long term. We've seen many talents shine initially, but face difficulties when the pressure increases and when they become a target for opposing teams that focus on stopping them. Talent alone is not enough. There must be mental resilience and readiness to face pressure, especially at a club like Barcelona, where expectations are always high." Perez concluded his remarks in a balanced and calm tone, sending an indirect message to both Real Madrid and Barcelona fans. Let's be clear, Real Madrid is always ready to compete at the highest levels. Barcelona may present us with a real challenge this season, and that makes La Liga more exciting. But at Real Madrid, we know how to handle challenges. We faced tougher situations before and have emerged victorious. The league is long, and there are still many matches ahead. In the end, the team that shows patience and focus will win La Liga. These comments come at a time when La Liga is witnessing fierce competition between the two giants. Barcelona continues to deliver impressive performances under Flick, while Real Madrid aims to maintain its stability and achieve consistent results. Perez's remarks reflect the great confidence enjoyed by the Royal Club, but also acknowledge the strong state their traditional rival is in. Barcelona is in first place in the La Liga standings with 21 points from 7 wins. Laporta. Deco is looking for a new goalkeeper, And this is my message to our rivals. Joan Laporta, president of FC Barcelona, revealed that sporting director Deco is searching for a new goalkeeper following the severe injury sustained by German goalkeeper Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Barcelona suffered a major blow early in the season when ter Stegen injured his knee last Sunday against Villarreal, which ended his season entirely. He is expected to be sidelined for up to 8 months. This led to rumors that the Catalan Giants are keen on signing a new goalkeeper in an emergency deal, with retired players Wojciech Szczęsny and Costa Rican Keylor Navas being suggested as potential options. During his appearance at the 50th anniversary of the Peña Barcelonista d'Agramunt y Comarca supporters group, Laporta said, "We are working on it so the team won't be affected, and Deco is looking for a new goalkeeper." In a related context, Laporta praised coach Hansi Flick for the work he's doing, saying, "He's doing an exceptional job. We chose to rely on La Masia not out of necessity but out of conviction. The team now has a higher market value than when we arrived, which is also important for economic recovery." This is a direct message to the saboteurs and detractors. Speaking on the club's economic recovery before the announcement of last year's financial statements next Monday, Laporta said, "The results are very positive, and for that reason I can say the wound has healed. We are increasingly confident in the full recovery of the club, despite some insisting on catastrophic claims about non-existent issues. The detractors will have to work harder to ignore the good things happening at the club." Flick surprises Barcelona player with this decision. Reports have revealed that Barcelona's head coach, Hansi Flick, intends to rest one of the team's stars in the La Liga match against Osasuna. This evening, Saturday, Barca will visit Osasuna at El Sadar Stadium for the 8th round of La Liga, with Flick at the helm. According to the Catalan newspaper Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona player Raphinha will be on the bench today by decision of head coach Flick. The newspaper indicated that Flick decided to rest the Brazilian player, with Ferran Torres taking his place. Raphinha has played in 7 La Liga matches this season, scoring 5 goals and assisting 3.